Right now, let me take you through the step-by-step process for how to set up a call-only search campaign. Now, as you can imagine by the name, this is a campaign which is specifically targeted to generate more phone calls. And if you've ever seen the ads where you've been on your mobile phone and you've called for a local service and you've clicked on an ad and it's gone straight to a phone number, that is what a call-only campaign is all about. So we're going to jump into Google Ads, but remember, as we go through all of these steps, you can see here that we've got the step-by-step guide that you need to follow. So you can also download this. What I would also recommend that you have your keyword research and your ad copy already completed. For call-only ads, we only need the 2 headlines, and then you can also add in the business name. So where we're going to go into from here is that you start by going to the create button, or if you're in the campaign section, you can press this blue button in here. You want to click on new campaign. From there, we're going to select a leads option because we're wanting to generate new phone calls. And then if you've got phone calls already established as a conversion goal, you can keep them in there. But what we are going to do here is we're going to get rid of submit lead forms, and we've already got the phone call leads in there. Then we press continue, and we want to select search, and we want to focus on phone calls. Now, what I would also say in here, we're going to re-add this because we do need to do a verification number. But what I do need to stress with the phone number that you add in here, that does need to appear on your website. And if it doesn't appear on your website, your call-only ads will be rejected. So once you've added in the country and also the phone number, go through and click on continue. Like all of my recommendations, when it comes to a campaign name, you want to use a good campaign naming convention where you're writing down what this campaign is about. Now, the reason for why I really like to use a good naming convention is so that when you've got multiple campaigns running, you know exactly what that campaign is all about. So we're going to write the location for this one, and then we're also going to write that this is a call only. Now, it doesn't really matter what you write as the campaign name. It's just something that's going to make sense for you so that you can easily tell what this is all about. Then we go through and press continue. Now, for this campaign, we are going to start it as maximize clicks. The reason why I'm starting this is because call-only ads are sometimes more expensive, and we still need to get more conversion data in this account. So I don't want to be doing anything to drive up the CPC costs extra. And then for this one, we're just going to keep this for current and new customers. If you do have the situation where you've got a lot of customers and you don't want the chance of current customers ringing on these ads, you can also select this to bid for new customers. The only thing you need to do is you need to add in some audience lists. The reason why we can't do that yet on this one is because this is a newer account, so we don't have any audience sizes that are of at least 1,000 active members. So then we go through and click next. Then we're going to choose our locations. Now for this one, we're going to be selecting this location here. Now, the one thing that you do need to really think about with call-only campaigns is that generally I will select a presence option, not presence or interest. So you go into location options, and the reason being is I only want to target people who are currently in that area. If we were to select presence or interest, I do find that it can lead to some greater spammy leads or non-targeted phone calls. So personally for me, I just keep it as presence, and then we keep the language there. Now for audience segments, we're still going to be using the observation method, which means that we're not narrowing the reach of the campaign. But what I do still like to do is I would like to start off with about 20 to 40 different audiences. Now the reason for why that is beneficial, especially because we're using maximize clicks and not a smart bidding optimization. At the start, what we can do is that we can do some bid adjustments. So add in extra bid adjustments to different audiences that are performing well. Once we do engage our maximize conversions or maximize conversion value, that won't be available anymore, but that is an option that we've got for us at the moment. You can go through and have a look at these more settings. Now, one thing for call-only campaigns that is really, really common is if you want to add in an ad schedule. And the reason why you may want to add in an ad schedule is if you only want the phone calls to ring for certain times of the day. So what we're going to do with this one is we are going to set it to Mondays and Fridays. We're going to start at 8 a.m. in the morning and go through to 6 p.m. at night. If you also wanted some calls on Saturdays, you could also add a Saturday or Sunday, but that's what we're going to start with from there, and then go through and click next. Now, this is the option where Google will automatically give you recommendations for keywords and assets based on your URL. I still recommend to bring your own keyword research and also your own ad copy, which we've got ready ready to go in a notes document. So I'm going to skip this one. And once again, just change the ad group name. And we've just listed this for the specific service. And once again, writing that it's a call only. I've just pasted our keywords in there, and we're going to be starting with those 3 broad match keywords. The reason why I've also started with broad match, once again, because we are expecting to see a higher CPC. Once we launch this campaign, I'm going to be working really heavily on my negative keywords, but I want to do everything possible to lower that CPC. And then we just go through and add in our ads. The one thing that you do need to do is you need to add in what's called a verification URL. And with that one, what you need to make sure is that you need to make sure that that verification URL has the phone number that is matched up in here. If it doesn't match, your ad will be rejected. And then we just need to go through and add in our descriptions and our headlines. Now, when it comes to the conversion action, what we're going to be doing in through here is that we've already got conversion action set up, which is called a call from ads conversion action. So we don't need to do anything extra with the call tracking. And then you go through and click next. Then we need to start our budget. Now, Google will give some pretty ridiculous recommendations. We know with this one, we had already planned to be spending $50 a day, which we've added in there. And the main thing that we want to just be making sure that it's generating at least about 10 clicks a day. Now, Google is saying that this is going to be 64. We've done some research to show that the CPC is down close to about $3 to $4. So we know that that is more than enough for what we need. Then we go through and click next. And then once everything is all verified, we're just going to go back to here. You may need to have some things that you need to clear. Once you go back to review, you can then go through and publish your campaign.